Good evening, everyone. This is the September 11th meeting of the Merrimack Agriculture Commission. The time is 7:04 p.m. Welcome, everybody listening. Today is Wednesday. We're going to start with comments from the press or public. Seeing none, we're going to move on to new business. And item A on the agenda is the summer market. We had a great farmers market today at 526 DW Highway. Had 10 great vendors, a lot of traffic, fresh vegetables. Bakery was there. Wine tasting was there. Our massage therapist was there. S'mores was there in multiple trays. 27 Teas was there. Simply Pain. Come and see us. We have a lot of stuff to show you. Oh, sweet corn is still there every week from Swenson Brothers. There's been some discussion among the vendors about talking about the winter market. We don't have a place as of yet, nor are we thinking about it seriously because we don't have a rent-free place. But there is some interest. I don't know if we have enough vendors, so I'm not really pursuing it, but we are having a discussion, just so you all know.
I was asked about it today as well.
Who asked you, Ronnie?
The Honeyman.
Okay.
Yeah.
John asked you? Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think John's interested because the honey doesn't move in the winter.
No,
It
didn't he just said last?
solidifies,
told
right?
us
I think he
that
was
we
just
weren't.
making conversation.
Conversation, yeah.
He was
Yeah.
asking.
The other thing I want to talk about the summer market is we have a painted sign at landfill, at the transfer station. It's going on 10 years. I've been looking at it for a while. It's getting rougher.
I noticed it last time I went to the dump is why I looked at it.
Am I right, Ronnie, or what?
You can still read it. It's looking like, I think the sun beating down on it.
Yeah,
and,
it's
know.
like bleaching out. So I talked to our sign lady today, and she's going to think about what it would cost to create a brand new one.
We have a sign lady?
Yeah, Karen.
Oh, Karen, yes.
But we would need a figure to work with, and then a vote on it
That's
at
just
some point in the future.
a 4x8 sheet of plywood, right? We just-
Yeah, but we'd use a pressure-treated one this
Right,
time,
right.
you know,
I'll
something that
put
would take the
under,
weather.
Comments from the commission.
Okay, that's fine. Anyway, I just want to talk about it briefly. The backside looks fine, but the front looks bleached, sun-bleached, and maybe it's exfoliating a little bit, okay? That's my concern. So we have 4 weeks left. We run till October 9th. Plenty of Wednesdays left for all you to come visit us and entertain the vendors with their multitude of products. We'd like to see everybody there. Wednesday afternoon, 3 to 6, Summer Farmers Market, 526 Daniel Webster Highway. Today, we did not have New England fishmongers. They just couldn't make it, okay? Traffic, whatever, that's fine. Questions? Moving on, community garden update. There was some pilferage of vegetables about a week ago. I got a call. So I emailed, I fielded the question. I emailed everybody voicing our concern about please leave everything alone. One of the gardeners emailed back saying that we should put, if there's excess vegetables, put it on the signboard and they can take what they want if there's excess, but that doesn't work either over there. We tried this over the years.
Well, do you think it's other gardeners or just people going by thinking that they can?
Well, I said
think
to
that
the
no-
gardener who called me, I said, well, I'll get a PD down there and we'll do an interview and, you know, but you have to prove this somehow, you know, not a suspicion, you have to prove it. And then he backed off. So, I don't know. I mean, I'll do whatever they want to do. I think the next step I'm going to recommend he gets a camera. A game
Yeah,
camera.
surveillance camera?
A game camera, you know, motion activated. I mean, I can't do anything otherwise, you know. I mean, we're there on honesty, and most of them are veteran farmers now, you know. So, and we don't even know if it's a woodchuck or it's a person. We don't know.
Yeah,
Really.
unless you have visual.
Yeah, I mean, you can't assume.
It's very
Yeah,
hard to prove unless, like you said,
it was one item.
Or a witness, like if somebody saw somebody
Right.
they didn't know and was, yeah.
So, anyway, so it's September 11th. We're going to close the garden like October, got like a month left. Let me get the date, Sunday. October 13, we're going to close the community garden. Everybody has to have all their fencing and stakes and artificial accessories out of their garden plots. So I'm gonna come in either Sunday night or Monday morning, which would be the 14th, Columbus Day, with the mower, and I'm gonna mow everything flat, and I'm gonna go home and get the rototiller, another tractor. I'm gonna grind everything up, and then Paul and I are gonna spread the winter ryegrass seed again. So I'm gonna ask somebody to create a motion for 4 bags of winter rye.
I'll make a motion to approve funding for 4 bags of winter rye for treatment of the community garden at Wasserman.
And I wanna say I spent, I don't know, $110 last year. Let's say 125 this year, just in
Make
case.
a
second it,
motion
Ron?
to approve $125 for the purchase of winter rye for the winter covering of the community garden at Wasserman.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0, thank you. We're all good with that, right? We're gonna put the garden to
Oh, yeah.
sleep.
Whatever the garden needs,
Paul.
you know?
Yeah, you just let me know during that.
Do you have that Monday off?
I will be in town.
Okay.
I already have.
Well, you're running.
If you, what day is it? 13th?
The rest of the week,
14 would be a
14.
Monday, it'd be Columbus Day.
Columbus Day.
after school
Oh,
and-
We could do
I-
that.
Yeah,
I do have
Okay.
work. I have work that day, but I can come after work.
Well, whoever's around that day, or Monday or Tuesday, let me mow it down, let me grind it all up, and then I'll call both of you, see
Either way,
who's home.
I'll be in town.
Then we spread this stuff, we're done.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll blow the pipes out, the irrigation lines, drain that out, all that stuff. Do you want to talk about painting the sugar
Yeah,
shack?
I took a look at that again, and like we talked about, it's heavy to move it, and do all, I think if we would have add a coat of paint to that, freshen up a little bit. Like we talked about, we're running out of days here, and when we get into autumn, it's gonna be wet to try to paint anything. For now, if we do it now, or if we do it
What are you
spring.
painting?
Remember the little kiosk at the the community garden
Oh, yeah, a little
to freshen it up.
message board or whatever
Yeah,
you
yeah,
call
yeah.
it.
If we wanted to paint that up, make it look, freshen it up a little
okay.
bit. Like we talked, I talked to Bob at the market today. Whether it's now or before we start planning and doing all that fun stuff. come
Wouldn't it be
spring.
better in the spring?
Right, if it's too wet to paint, come autumn and,
I think it's gonna be 2 coats running, because it's probably rough cut, never been
Right.
painted. So in essence, we have to buy Ronnie a gallon of paint and a brush, if and when it happens,
right,
be it this fall
or next
or
spring.
next spring.
I would do it in the spring.
And I kinda think it'd be 2 coats.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
the rough cut will suck
Well,
up that
it's
paint.
porous, yeah, it'll,
Never been
Okay.
painted.
right.
Sounds like a spring project to me.
Okay.
Don't
Well,
you think, Ronnie?
We can table it till spring.
Yeah, definitely, and then trying to find time, autumn, to do it, if wet days or raining and you get,
Well, you get in there between raindrops.
Well, I think if you wanted it kind of fresh, I
I'll
would do
melt,
it in
you
the
kidding me?
spring, because winter can be kind of rough on painted surfaces, and this time of year, if you paint too late in the afternoon,
it's wet,
it doesn't dry properly, and
damp.
it stays
Sets in,
damp, and then it just is gonna peel.
right,
If
That's
you're
what-
using
yeah.
latex, anyway.
right,
I,
right,
my personal experience.
But
definitely.
we're gonna buy the best.
Oh, well,
Definitely buy the
naturally.
best. Okay, so we're good on community garden update? Any other thoughts, members?
I'm good for now, no, you all set, Beth?
Good, okay. Discussion of 4-H donations. I think everything went well in the Boston Fair run.
Yeah, I got a chance to watch some of the shows and see the kids that got the awards and the banners that we provided. Did you see a picture of the banners?
I showed Paul the pictures.
I like how they
That's
put
awesome.
I like how they put us on the top of the band. That was pretty cool. As always, the kids were thrilled. They're like, "Oh, this is," they weren't expecting that.
Is that banner good for next year now, or what?
We'll have to make some new ones, obviously, for next year. But
Oh, did they change? Okay.
well, they'll just change the date. I mean, they'll make because they gave every banner out with the
Oh,
cards.
the kid got it, oh, really?
So the
Yeah.
kid
Oh, I
got the
didn't
banner.
realize that. Oh.
Yeah, but
So
the
there's
picture Emma
11
showed you.
banners.
Yeah, Emma got one.
Wow.
So
Well,
it-
here in the
it's-
picture.
Yeah,
Oh,
So-
not that.
the top one here. So every kid gets one of the best in show 2019. So then
Wow.
next year, if we decide to donate again, do another 11
Show
cards.
the camera.
The banner here, if we decide to do another 11 cards, Vanna White. if we decide to do more banners next year, they'd probably put a new date on the banner and so on and so forth. So, I think they came out really good. I thought the lettering came out good, the
Yeah,
coloring, it was
great.
great.
No.
And the kids were like, wow, because they got the card and they got a cool banner to hang up, in their barn or their room or whatever, That's about it. But it was a good fair. Nice weather,
Oh, it was perfect weather.
beautiful, nice and cool. Wasn't too hot.
Great. Everybody's happy.
Yep. I did see Jolie. I picked her brain for an hour or so. We were sitting down chit-chatting.
And I emailed Jolie and had a discussion with her, in the future, if there's anybody in need of paying a vet bill or whatever, an emergency or something, they can come see us. She thought that was a great idea. All right.
And I talked to her.
Not that we voted on it, but I mean, I think
Well,
we're
no,
all in
I-
unison here.
Right.
Yeah.
She thought that was a very good idea. That's something that I never would have thought of.
You never know.
Right.
You never know,
Definitely.
you know.
Well, things happen, and
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
especially with 4-H projects, I know some can be expensive, and
Yep.
but
And if you guys have more ideas as far as donation, don't be afraid to speak.
I did talk to her about other donations. The 4-H livestock auction that takes place at the Hopkinton State Fairgrounds, the one the scale went to that we did. Every year they look for donations for like extra money to spend on ribbons and
Oh, yeah.
prize and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And it's a $35 donation. And what they do is they have a T-shirt, all the list of the names on it, and it'll say, thank you to our sponsors, and it'll say like Merrimack Ag Commission, it'll say, so-and-so's farm, and different stores and businesses around the area will all donate, will pledge a $35.
What time of the year, Ronnie?
Next Hopkinton State Fair, next year,
Next Labor Day?
next Labor Day, yes.
All right.
Yeah,
You
that's
should bring that
something-
up in June then, next year.
Yeah,
Yep.
You know,
I think
remind us.
that would be nice.
You send it in,
Yep.
you know?
And it,
That's something we could do.
Yes, definitely.
It's a good idea.
and then just, again, other projects coming up for the 4-H, like the pickle project, if they do any more there, and they're, whatever down the road. She goes, she goes, if you guys need something, I got plenty of kids that are in need that we could help out down the road. I said, well, that sounds good, Jolie,
Good.
Right.
All right, we're good for donations? Moving on. Bug alert. There's a few things I found in the field last couple of weeks. Couple corn borers, not many this year. An earworm, which is just another worm or in the end of the corn, sweet corn. I have an oak tree or two in my house, my backyard, that right now is shedding caterpillars. Ideally, a really white hairy or a beige hairy tussock moth caterpillar this time of year. There's some fall webworm out there with the, looks like a spider web in the leaves of hickory trees right now. And also in the oak tree I'm talking about, I had a green spanworm, which is just another caterpillar that's crawling around trying to go to sleep, lay its eggs and go to sleep for the winter and disappear, or pupate, as they say. This is common to have a little bit of this stuff right now in your yard, front yard, backyard, whatever, on these trees. Because I find it because I park one of the salesman's car underneath it, for instance, and the hood is all trashed up from these guys. And anyway, caterpillars are just trying to go to sleep for the fall weather.
We got them everywhere, all over the vehicles.
Really? So
Yeah.
you got the same thing, Ronnie? Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
then we got the trees hang right over.
Anyway, I think it's common. I haven't seen a tick, but I'm out in the cornfield all day, and I don't have trees shedding on me right now. If I was under the maple trees or something, I'm sure I would pick one up, or in the tall grass. I think that's common, We don't have a dog to check right now, so I couldn't tell you otherwise. But I don't know if you've seen any on your animals, Ron. but-
Not right now. I mean, well, knock on wood, I haven't seen anything for a long time.
So there's still bugs out there, and just be aware. A lot of hornets, a lot of white-faced hornets. They're trying to build a nest and go to sleep.
But they're good hornets. The white-tailed ones?
White-faced ones?
No,
not
oh,
for me.
it's the wasps.
In the paper wasp, the paper nest, I got severely bit this summer by them.
They're in the
Really?
hayloft.
Didn't see them.
You must have been,
I was pruning some vines, and there was a nest waiting I didn't see, and they came out and bit me so fast, 5-6 times.
They been punched in the face.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
get the bud wasp, they'll chase you.
I evened out later on, but,
Yeah.
I'm not used to it, getting whacked 4, 5, 6 times instantly, so, anyway. So, everything's trying to survive the end of the summer and build up the reserves and do what they usually do. Moving on, item E is upcoming workshops and seminars. Few pages here, bear with me. August is New Hampshire Eat Local Month. Farm Bureau joins with 100 partners throughout the state to highlight Eat Local, month-long celebration, local food from New Hampshire farmers and food producers. August 18, I'm sorry, I'm predating myself. I got the wrong list. Let me work this out. Hang on a minute.
All right.
You've already eaten local last,
Thank you, Bess. New list, better. We missed the Hillsborough County Fair last weekend.
I made the Lancaster, so we're okay.
Today, there was an erosion control field day in, I can't tell where, training for professionals working with soils and erosion control, water quality, public works, engineering, and roads. I can't tell you where it is, doesn't say, I'm sorry. September 13, New Hampshire Food Alliance Strategic Retreat, Concord Park Rec Department. Vision for Healthy Food Systems. September 19th, Radically Rural Summit, which is a dynamic gathering for thriving small communities, 2-day gathering, passionate about creating vibrant rural communities and eager to learn, connect, and lead the charge. September 19 and 20 at the Hannah Grimes Center in Keene. September 21, there's a gathering at J&F Farms in Derry. And looks like a barbecue. There's county annual meetings. There's nothing in Hillsborough, but everything else is listed here if anybody's interested. October 21 at the Common Man Restaurant in Concord. The Associated Women of New Hampshire will hold their annual meeting. Steve Taylor will be the speaker, retired commissioner of Department of Ag. November 15 and 16 at Hilton Garden in Lebanon. 103rd Annual Meeting of New Hampshire Farm Bureau, hosted by Grafton County Farm Bureau. All-day event. What else? I think that's it, you guys. I'm sorry. Sorry about the August slip-up. Too many papers. Next is horse sense.
well, as everyone has probably been aware, there's been several cases of triple E and death with equines, both in New Hampshire and Massachusetts. And I received this information from my veterinarian because it's of great concern and so I'm just going to kind of read what they sent me. And it says, as many of you have already heard, there was a confirmed case of triple E, Eastern equine encephalitis, in a horse in Northwood. We are recommending that any horse who received the Eastern Western tetanus vaccine prior to April 1st, any horse under the age of 2 and over the age of 25, and any horse on steroids at the time of the vaccination or now be boosted. There are have been many questions about vaccines in horses this morning. This was when I received this back in 29th of August. So we would like to clear up a few things. First, our core vaccine recommendations include Eastern Western tetanus, triple E, WEE tetanus, West Nile, and rabies. The Eastern Western tetanus West Nile vaccine contains triple E. These vaccines are recommended as core vaccines for the very reason we are discussing this now. These are environmentally concerns. Second, every year, mosquito batches are found in the area with triple E and or West Nile. These are not new concerns. We rarely hear about or pay attention to this news until an animal or human dies from it. The animals and humans who die from it are typically very young, very old, uncompromised, or unvaccinated, or not vaccinated in recent years. Third, these vaccines are recommended every year because that is how long the vaccine has been shown to consistently stay in a horse's system. Some horses do show high titers for more than a year, but some do not. The only way to know for sure if your horse is protected is to titer the horse or revaccinate. As medical professionals, we believe that vaccines save lives, and no, we have not been paid off by Big Pharma to say that, which is true. We also recognize that many people feel that we over-vaccinate pets and people. However, there is nothing worse than having to euthanize an animal for something that could have been prevented from vaccination. This is why our recommendations are certain for animals to be boosted, not all. We understand that a healthy middle-aged horse who has been consistently vaccinated or titered to check for immunity is most likely going to be fine. So it's really very serious, and it costs so little to protect your animals, you know.
I have a question, Bess. How does it affect us so badly?
Well, because it's the same, I believe it's the same.
It shuts down the whole system?
Yeah. So, I'm not sure about all of that. It's just that it's fatal,
Thank you for the awareness.
you know,
Thank you.
and it's just that the preventive medicine costs so little compared to
The
the
other way.
other way.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was my veterinarian's recommendation. So, and as it say, you know, if the horse has been getting vaccination right along, they build up, just like people, you build up the immunity. It's the ones that people don't feel is necessary, and it's not worth losing your animal over a $20 vaccination.
It's really that simple, really?
It's not that expensive.
Wow. Every year? If they show up, yeah.
Well, like flu, I mean, like horses get flu, like people, and that shot only lasts a couple of months or so. So if you're showing, like if I was taking my horse to different places all the time, you would have to have that, you know, they would need to get another shot because you're taking them with other horses. If a horse gets
Oh, I get, right,
gets sick when you're going to a show, you have to isolate them. You can't show the horse. I mean, the horse is sick for weeks. It takes time for him to recuperate. So, you know, if you're traveling with your horse, now I don't give my horse a flu shot. He's not going anywhere.
Correct.
He's not mingling with other horses.
Right.
So,
Thank you. Questions? Treasurer's report?
all righty. The Agricultural Commission Farmers Market Fund accounting as of 8/31/2019 is $5,109.93. The Community Garden Fund account is $1,977.57. And the Winter Market account is $165.42. Did I give you the combined total for them?
No, it doesn't matter.
It's $7,087.50.
We had to pay the porta potty bill. We had a water bill to pay. I don't know what else
Is
offhand.
that reflective in this?
Yeah, it must have been taken out of this.
And all bills for winter market have been taken care of?
Best to my knowledge,
far as
yeah.
we know.
I'm surprised they didn't take anything out of that to diminish it because
Well, I'm going to ask you if that should be just where we're not having a market.
I asked Tom about that, and I thought he would have taken a piece of it out because we just paid to have the New Boston, $50, you know, but nothing got taken out of it. I can recommend next time I'm over at that office that they start deleting that.
Should we just should we absorb
We could vote
the
on it.
$165.42 back into
Into which?
the, well, it would be the summer market, I would think.
Okay. Why don't we vote on that? Why don't somebody bring it?
So-
Ronnie, you got a question?
Well, so to our knowledge, we have no idea if there's no receipt saying we paid the last of the rent
It
and all
looks
that?
like the rent was paid and there was a 5-week last month's rent. Remember?
Yes, I do remember that. That's.
So it was a little more than 275.
Okay, I just want to make sure we get all our ducks in a
So-
row here.
Yeah, it was a little bit more.
Probably
I do
before we
remember
vote
that.
on that, we should check to see if we need to take money out of one of the other accounts to,
So you want me to make, I can.
yeah,
I'll
I
text
think we
Steve
should
to
do
check.
that. And
So
then
next month we'll vote on
we'll
this.
vote on
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Table it.
To absorb that.
Because we may have to just,
Yeah.
may have to add something from the other
Yeah,
account.
I hope not. I hope.
I hope not either, but still, it's best to check before we go and have to undo something.
Have,
Ronnie?
Have we been in contact with him to find out?
No idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, just wait till next month. I
Yeah.
guess.
Hmm.
I mean,
Right.
Well, we wouldn't want to vote on something we have to then change.
Correct, yeah.
You got it. So we're tabling, all
agree.
right.
I agree. So we're good with the treasury report. Review of draft minutes, it's actually August 14th, I think. So I have a typo here on the agenda. August 14th, not the 12th. Just correct that.
Did I put the 12th?
I put the 12th on my agenda for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking.
No, it was the 14th.
Like
Oh.
I didn't.
Oh,
email
I
it
see.
back.
Oh, I see in the thing. Okay.
I don't know.
it's all good.
Getting too old. I think the minutes look great, though. I mean,
Well, hope they said what we needed to say.
Should we specify the 550? I mean, it's pretty, if you do the math,
I
50
repeat.
times 11 for the 4-H, for item C.
I
No, we
think-
repeat it often enough in every.
Yeah,
other-
I mean, if you sit there, 550 for 50, you kind of do the math in
If
your
you look
head.
at the second page, you'll see the numbers match, Ronnie, because we had 5,400
yep.
change, and then 2,022 in community garden. So now the new numbers are corrected, minus the 550.
Oh, definitely, I didn't see,
I
okay.
think we're okay. And again, that's,
And then,
It does say for the 11 first place winners.
actually, it's instead of August, well, maybe it came out August
Yeah.
12th. I'm not sure when the fund
here.
account came out. Is there a date on your?
To the
account?
11th first place winners in the respected classes.
oh, yep, okay, yep. I was looking for an actual, 11, I didn't see you. I was kind of skimming.
Sorry to confuse you.
Anybody
Yeah, no.
see any corrections otherwise on the minutes?
Yeah, do you see anything I need to correct?
What?
Well, for present, you didn't put Bob, but if you read meeting brought by Chairman Bob, so you know he's here, so never mind.
I did say up here.
Mr. D.
I know, no, I know, I'm just,
Oh, but I don't usually because we've already established who we
Right.
are.
now that I say
I mean, I
that,
can
yeah.
do that if you prefer.
No, no,
but-
no, I don't care, it doesn't matter to me, I
You're
was
getting
just,
picky.
Got that right?
Are we gonna vote on the,
To accept the minutes for August
motion.
14.
who?
motion to accept the minutes.
Who's doing that?
Ronnie
Motion to
started.
accept the
Ronnie?
minutes?
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Bess. All in favor? Accept
Aye.
the minutes, August 14? 4-0. Thank you all.
I gotta abstain. I wasn't here.
Oh, I'm sorry, 3-0.
Oh, that's right, 'cause you couldn't-
Three-
yep.
three-
That's right.
3 and 1 abstention. Sorry, Paul.
Okay.
Going ahead of the gun here. All right, we're good now. Comments from the press, comments from the public, comments from the commission. I would like to ask the commission if I could take a course. Now, I sent an email to Rachel Messini, the pesticide coordinator.
There you go.
She's giving this out in September. I can't take it in
Okay, so what's the
September.
name of this
Supervisory
supervisor?
pesticide license for turf and ornamentals.
Pesticide license.
The course is $150. The core manual and attachments is probably $150. Here's the
Is that
concern-
300 or altogether?
300 total.
Okay.
We're proposing.
For the course, okay.
She's doing this the end of September. I can't do it in September, so I emailed her, asked her if she's gonna redo this course either in the winter or early spring before we start ramping up again. She hasn't got back to me. I'm just talking about it right now, getting a feel from the other commissioners present, if you guys will support me, guys and girls
Okay.
will support me.
So the 150 for the course and 150
For the
for
core manual,
Core-
CORE manual,
manual.
study manual.
kinda
It's like 5 sessions.
it's kinda
Gotcha.
last minute, you know.
Listen,
Yeah, it's.
Well, no, I think it'd be a good thing
No,
to.
definitely, yeah.
I mean, for all you do for
I
the
think it would
commission, I
just
think you're-
further enhance our portfolio here and answer bigger and better questions of what's going on day to day.
well, especially with the gardeners and things, because.
Garden and homes. I mean, there's a lot of things going on that we're not aware of. I mean, 2 years ago, I took the safety course for training. That was short money, $30-40, and I think this is still short money. It's more investment of
Well-
my time than anything else, but I wanna get some feedback from you all, and
Yeah, I
No, I think
support
it's-
that and be interested to hear how it goes and.
you're welcome to come with me if anybody's interested, but There's some study. There's a written test and there's an oral examination at the end.
Well, not only that, if we have something that, like we have had in the past, your gardener seed thing, you could have a presentation to present to the gardeners or general public, and we could set something up at a time that would be
An educational.
educational seminar type
Mm-hmm.
thing.
That's certainly possible. So I will keep you posted once I hear from pesticide compliance of what's going on. The next meeting, hopefully I'll have more
Yeah,
information.
okay.
I just want to run it by you all. Any other comments from the commissioners? That's why we're here.
Just be aware that you're gonna start seeing our little four-legged creatures move around a lot more because breeding season's coming up here in October and November for moose, deer, bear. Squirrels will be doing their thing, and just be conscientious when you're driving. The deer will be crossing the road more often.
Thank you, Paul. Lamb guy? Got anything?
I'll see you out at the Deerfield Fair. Come here in a couple weeks. We'll be there in full force.
Ronnie, what exit?
Uh,
101.
You're gonna ask me now. Either 3 or 4, I believe, off 101.
Raymond exit? Deerfield exit? I can't remember now.
See, I can drive there, like I know I've been going, but now
Yeah.
that you ask me, put me on
But
the spot.
but I
here,
can't
you
see
know?
the exit sign, the
Yeah.
exit number in my head,
I can see the blinking light,
Right. I can see
and you
the,
take a left.
I can see the Irving station,
Then
you
you
go
start
down,
weaving.
yeah.
I'm sure.
When you go 101, you go
Got
up
any
and
comp tickets, Ron? For the, oh,
Oh.
what do you got? Anything?
Nothing at the moment. I haven't got anything in the mail.
Uh,
I haven't gotten my stuff yet. I don't think I got my paperwork. I gotta call somebody.
Oh, you're going too?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good luck at Deerfield Fair and everything
I had a
else.
question, man.
Shoot.
I forget what I was gonna ask now.
We're not done yet.
vegetable,
Oh,
mineral.
anything on the signboard? Any bites on the?
No, I haven't put it on Craigslist yet. Caden has to take a picture of it, and then we're gonna, from his total phone, we're gonna put it on Craigslist.
Nice.
But no, I haven't done anything. No, it'll probably go another 4 weeks, and then put it on.
Right, for the
on.
market.
I have to put one more coat of orange paint on the lower part of it.
I thought it looked good. I went by that today.
You didn't stop
I
in and
used
say
one of the
hello?
old
No, I didn't.
signs
It
from
was
last
earlier.
year,
I know.
honey, veggies, and more is what I used to say. So it was already pre-planned, it was kind of easy.
Sweet deal.
I'm sure they're concerned that there's, well, anybody, any of the vendors that go home with product, they're concerned how come more people are not coming to buy, but I still think we have steady traffic coming in, and it's not our fault they're not buying everything, There's, people are price conscious,
We're getting them there.
It's not like they don't have exposure.
right? They're right on the main drag, I mean,
There's the 2 entrances.
You know,
they're there at 2:30 banging the door to get in for 3,
sitting there, today and like other Wednesdays, you sit there, and we probably get between 3 and 4 people steady every 20 minutes to a half hour walking through.
Mhm.
Whether they're there for an hour, there for
Right.
5 seconds, they come in, they go. Some people stay, they hang out for an hour talking to
Some
everybody.
people have a plan.
Right.
I mean, we got a couple people that come and they're just there for fishmongers or Mr. Veggie.
Yeah, we had a lot of people come today that were,
Actually, Ken stopped and he asked me where New England Fish was. He actually called them and they got an answer that they just couldn't make this market for whatever reason, traffic or whatever. But this guy sees them Sunday in Nashua,
yeah,
Wednesday here, so he's really into it.
he's dedicated.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good
But
food.
those poor guys,
Yeah.
they can't be. If you read the Sunday paper this past Sunday, they had a big article about New England fishmongers.
Yeah,
Did you read it, Paul?
I didn't, but I saw it.
They're in dire straits because they're doing the hook and string thing, whereas everybody else is using nets and stuff, and they can't get enough sometimes to satisfy demand.
Right.
Their market share is what they're talking about, so they struggle. That's where they're out there 2:00 in the morning heading
Jigging,
out, heading out there to throw the lines.
It's real
in.
fishing.
That's right.
Yeah, all kind of weather and everything. Yeah, definitely. So, anybody else want to say anything?
Nope.
I thought the market went well today.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned, please.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
The October meeting looks like October 9th. Thanks for listening, everybody. Come see us at the Farmers Market on Wednesday. We have 4 more Wednesdays coming. And Community Gardens closing October 13th. Please clean out your garden plots, or let me know otherwise, please. I am going to be there probably the evening of the 13th and start to put it to sleep. Any questions, don't be afraid to contact us. Thank you for listening.